Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you found yourself searching for your glasses, only to realize they were on your head the whole time? You're not alone. These little memory hiccups can be frustrating, and yes, sometimes even a little scary. But here's the good news. Just because you're over 60 doesn't mean memory loss is inevitable. In fact, there's a lot you can do every single day to keep your brain sharp, your focus strong, and your memory as reliable as ever. Now, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture yourself 10 years from now, still feeling sharp, still remembering names, conversations, the punchline of your favorite joke. That version of you is completely possible. And the best part? It doesn't take hours of brain training or expensive supplements. All it takes are a few simple daily habits, little things you can do starting today, that gently nudge your brain to stay active, alert, and healthy. We're going to talk about 5 of these habits. Not big, overwhelming changes. Just small, meaningful shifts in how you move through your day. And trust me, your future self will thank you. So, let's begin right now, with the first thing you can do to protect and even improve your memory after 60. Let's talk about movement. Not intense workouts, not running marathons, just simple, intentional movement. You see, your brain thrives on blood flow. When you go for a walk, stretch, or even dance around your living room to your favorite old tune, you're sending more oxygen and nutrients to your brain. That keeps those brain cells happy and functioning at their best. Think of it like watering a plant. Without regular water, the plant wilts. But with a little care each day, it blooms. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need to do anything extreme. A gentle 20-minute walk after breakfast, or gardening for a little while in the afternoon, is more than enough. The key is consistency. When you move, you're not just helping your heart, you're literally building a stronger brain. Studies have even shown that regular movement can actually help grow new brain cells, especially in the parts of your brain linked to memory. Isn't that amazing? Now, I know some days it's tempting to just stay put, especially when the weather's bad or your joints are aching. But even light movement counts. Stretching your arms, circling your ankles, doing a few steps while waiting for the kettle to boil, it all adds up. Every little bit sends your brain the message, I'm still active, I'm still engaged, and I'm still growing. It's a beautiful thing. Now that we've touched on the body, let's turn our attention to the mind. And I want to start with something that might surprise you, curiosity. That's right, curiosity is one of your brain's best friends. When you're curious, when you explore something new, whether it's a hobby, a recipe, a piece of music, you light up your brain's pathways like a string of twinkling holiday lights. Keeps your brain on its toes, so to speak. Learning doesn't have to mean going back to school. It can be as simple as asking your grandchild how their favorite video game works, watching a documentary about a country you've never visited, or trying a new card game with your neighbor. The goal is to stretch your brain in new directions just like a muscle. When you learn something unfamiliar, your brain creates new connections, like little bridges between nerve cells. And the more bridges you build, the stronger your memory becomes. Think of your brain like a garden. When you plant a new seed, like a new word, a new skill, or even a new joke, you're giving your garden more color, more life. And you don't need to master something to benefit. The act of trying, of reaching a little outside your comfort zone, is where the magic happens. And here's the lovely part, being curious is contagious. When you stay curious, it inspires the people around you, your kids, your grandkids, your friends. They start to see that growing older doesn't mean growing dull. It means growing deeper, wiser, more interested in the world, not less. So, if something catches your attention today, don't brush it off. Lean into it. Ask the question. Read the article. Listen to the song. Chase the spark. Your brain will thank you for it every single time. Now, while we're here in this space of discovery, let's talk about something else that's surprisingly powerful for your memory: conversation. Real, meaningful conversation. I don't mean a quick, "How are you?" in the grocery store aisle. I mean heart-to-heart connection. Sharing stories. Laughing. Listening. Engaging in back and forth, whether with an old friend or a new one. You see, conversation forces your brain to do a lot at once. It has to remember words, organize thoughts, read facial expressions, and respond in real time. That's like a full workout for your mind. And it doesn't feel like work because you're connecting with someone you care about. So call up an old friend. Join a local club. Volunteer somewhere where people talk and laugh and share stories. Even chatting with your neighbor over the fence or having a weekly coffee date can make a world of difference. Conversation isn't just good for your mood, it's fuel for your memory. And you know what else? When you share your memories, you strengthen them. That's right. Every time you tell someone a story from your past, your brain revisits that path and makes it stronger, like carving a trail through a forest. So don't be shy about reminiscing. Your memories matter. Share them. Relive them. Keep them alive by speaking them out loud. So, what have we talked about so far? We've talked about moving your body gently and consistently to boost blood flow to the brain. We've talked about staying curious, always learning something new to spark brain growth. And we've touched on the power of conversation, not just for connection but as a form of mental exercise. Now that we've laid this foundation, let's move forward and explore the next way you can protect and strengthen your memory every single day. Let's talk about something many people underestimate when it comes to brain health. What's on your plate? You've probably heard the saying, "You are what you eat." And while that might sound a little cheesy, there's real truth behind it, especially for your brain. The food you choose each day doesn't just fill your belly, it fuels your memory, your focus, and even your mood. Let's take a step back for a moment. Think about how you feel after a heavy, greasy meal. Sluggish? Foggy? Maybe even a little irritable? Now think about how you feel after a fresh salad, a warm bowl of soup, or a handful of berries. There's a lightness, a clarity, a calmness that follows. That's not in your imagination. That's your brain reacting to the nutrients you're feeding it. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals, these are your memory's best friends. Blueberries, walnuts, leafy greens, salmon, olive oil, just a few examples of what researchers sometimes call brain foods. They protect your brain cells from damage, improve communication between them, and even support the growth of new ones. Yes, new brain cells can still grow even after 60. The beautiful thing is, you don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. Maybe swap out your afternoon cookies for a handful of almonds. Add a few slices of avocado to your toast. Try oatmeal instead of sugary cereal. Every better choice builds a stronger brain, and over time, those small choices add up to a big difference. And don't forget hydration. Our brains are about 75% water. When you're even a little bit dehydrated, your brain has to work harder and memory can suffer. So keep that water bottle close by. Herbal teas, infused water with lemon or cucumber, they all count. Keeping your brain hydrated is one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can do. Now let's shift to something that's both deeply personal and incredibly powerful. Sleep. Good, restful sleep is like a nightly cleaning service for your brain. While you sleep, your brain is actually busy sorting, organizing, and storing your memories. It clears out toxins, processes emotions, and recharges itself for the next day. But if you're not sleeping well, or not sleeping enough, your memory can start to slip. Think of it like this. If your brain is a library, sleep is the librarian putting all the books back in place, organizing them so you can find what you need later. Without sleep, things get messy. You might forget names, misplace things, or feel like your thoughts are slower than usual. It's not your fault. It's just that your brain didn't get the deep rest it needs to perform at its best. So how can you improve your sleep? Start by creating a calm, relaxing routine in the evening. Dim the lights. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Listen to soft music, take a warm bath, or read something light. Let your body know it's time to wind down. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, even on weekends. Your brain loves routine. It's like giving it a gentle rhythm to follow. And if you find yourself lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, don't worry. It happens to all of us from time to time. Try deep breathing. Focus on your breath going in and out. Let your thoughts float by like clouds in the sky. The goal isn't to force sleep. It's to relax enough that sleep comes naturally. Getting better sleep can sharpen your memory, improve your mood, and help you feel more present in your day-to-day life. You'll notice it in the little things. Remembering where you put your keys, recalling someone's name more quickly, or feeling more focused during a conversation. We've talked about food, we've talked about sleep, but now let's talk about something that truly ties it all together: purpose. Having a reason to get up in the morning, something that excites you, that gives you joy, that matters to you, it might be one of the most powerful brain boosters of all. Purpose doesn't have to be big or flashy. It could be your garden, your grandkids, your church group, your morning crossword, or your volunteer work at the animal shelter. It's not about how the world sees it, it's about how it makes you feel. When you do something that lights you up inside, your brain responds. It releases chemicals that make you feel good, reduce stress, and strengthen your memory circuits. When you feel connected to something meaningful, you're more likely to stay active, stay curious, and stay socially engaged, all things that keep your mind sharp. Purpose is what turns ordinary days into rich, full experiences. And no matter your age, your purpose still matters deeply. Maybe you're an artist at heart who hasn't picked up a paintbrush in years, or a teacher whose wisdom could still inspire young minds. Maybe you've got stories in you that deserve to be written down, or recipes passed through generations that you could teach someone new. Whatever it is, if it sparks joy in you, it's worth doing. Not just for your heart, but for your brain too. When your days are filled with purpose, your brain has a reason to stay engaged. It wants to be alert, it wants to remember, it wants to keep up with the beautiful life you're still building. So let's take a breath here. Think about what we've just explored together, fueling your brain with the right foods, giving it the rest it needs at night, and waking up with a sense of purpose that pulls you joyfully into the day. These aren't complicated ideas. They're simple, beautiful acts of self-care. And when done with consistency and love, they can make all the difference in how clearly you think, how easily you remember, and how fully you live. Let's keep going, because there's one more daily brain booster that pulls everything together and amplifies all the others. And that daily brain booster is movement. Not intense workouts or gym memberships, but simple, regular movement that keeps your body active and your brain sharp. You see, the brain and the body are deeply connected. When you move your body, you increase blood flow, and with it comes oxygen and nutrients that nourish the brain. Think of it this way, movement is like watering a garden. Without it, things start to dry out and wither. But when you water it regularly, everything comes to life. That's exactly what happens in your brain when you walk, stretch, dance, or even garden. The more you move, the more your brain thrives. Now let's be honest, some days it's hard to get going. The couch feels cozy and it's tempting to just stay put. But movement doesn't have to mean hours of exercise. A 10-minute walk around the block, dancing in the kitchen to your favorite old song, stretching gently while watching your favorite show. These moments count. They're not just good for your body, they're giving your brain a fresh boost of energy and focus. When you move, your brain releases a cocktail of chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, that lift your mood and sharpen your thinking. These aren't just feel-good hormones. They actually help form and protect the connections between your brain cells. That means better memory, better concentration, and even a lower risk of developing conditions like dementia. But here's the secret, it's consistency that matters most. You don't have to do a lot all at once. What your brain really loves is regular, gentle movement every day. So take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park a little farther from the store. Do some shoulder rolls while waiting for your tea to brew. These small moments of motion add up to something truly powerful. And if you can, bring someone along. Walking with a friend, joining a gentle yoga class, or even dancing with your partner after dinner, it's good for your heart, your brain, and your relationships. Social interaction plus movement? That's a brain-boosting double win. Now that brings us to something else that plays a huge role in keeping your memory strong after 60, connection. Staying socially engaged is like exercise for the mind. Conversations, laughter, shared experiences, they challenge your brain in ways that solo activities can't. When you talk to someone, you have to listen, respond, remember things, process emotions, all at once. That's a lot of healthy mental gymnastics. And the best part is, social connection doesn't have to mean big gatherings or busy events. It can be a quiet phone call with an old friend, chatting with your neighbor, or even writing letters to your grandchildren. These moments of connection bring joy, warmth, and mental stimulation. Loneliness, on the other hand, can be quietly harmful. Studies have shown that isolation is not only tough emotionally, it can actually shrink parts of the brain involved in memory and learning. That's why finding ways to stay connected is more than just a nice idea. It's essential. If you're feeling a little out of touch lately, know that it's never too late to reconnect. Reach out. Join a local book club or community center. Attend a class, even if it's just for fun. You don't have to be the life of the party. Just being around others, having little conversations, sharing stories or laughter, that's where the magic happens. Even online connections can be surprisingly powerful. Maybe your grandkids can show you how to use a video call app, or you can find a group online that shares your interests, like gardening, travel, or old movies. These connections, no matter how big or small, help protect your memory by keeping your brain socially engaged. And don't forget about the joy of giving. Volunteering your time, mentoring someone younger, helping out at your local church or school. These acts of kindness fill your days with purpose and interaction. And in return, your brain gets a beautiful gift: stimulation, gratitude, and a deep sense of meaning. Now let's talk about something truly special: curiosity. One of the most underrated brain boosters is simply staying curious. Asking questions, exploring new things, learning something unexpected. This keeps your brain in discovery mode. And a brain that keeps discovering is a brain that keeps growing. Have you ever wanted to learn to play a musical instrument? Or pick up a new language, try painting, or explore family history? Every time you challenge your brain with something new, you build new pathways, like bridges connecting different parts of your memory. It might feel a little tricky at first, but that's the point. The challenge is what strengthens the brain. And no, you're not too old to learn something new. In fact, research shows that people over 60 who engage in new learning, like a class, a hobby, or a puzzle, show improvements in memory and processing speed. It's not about becoming perfect at something. It's about the joy of engaging your mind in fresh, exciting ways. So pick up that book that's been sitting on the shelf. Try a new recipe that sounds a little adventurous. Ask your grandchild to teach you how to use an app or show you their favorite video game. Even trying to remember the lyrics to an old song you loved in your 20s, that's brain training. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And curiosity is the perfect fuel. Keeps things interesting, exciting, and alive. So here we are, standing at a beautiful crossroad of habits that protect and empower your memory, moving your body with love, connecting with others from the heart, and feeding your mind with curiosity and wonder. These aren't just tips. They're invitations to live more fully, to think more clearly, and to feel more joyful in this amazing stage of life. And the best part? You don't need to do everything perfectly. There's no deadline, no pressure. Just small, kind steps each day. And with each step, your brain responds, with clarity, with energy, with gratitude. Let's keep going because there's one more powerful habit we haven't explored yet. One that gently pulls together everything we've talked about so far and gives it space to grow. That habit is rest. Not just sleep, though that's certainly a big part of it, but true, deep rest. The kind of rest that allows your brain to breathe, recharge, and rebuild. It's funny how rest often gets overlooked, especially as we get older. Many of us grew up believing that staying busy was a badge of honor, that rest was lazy, or something we had to earn after a long day's work. But the truth is, rest isn't a reward, it's a necessity. And for your brain, it's one of the most powerful ways to protect memory. Think of your brain like a library. Every day you gather new books, memories, experiences, names, stories, facts. But where do all those books get filed and organized? During rest. Particularly during deep sleep, your brain goes to work, sorting through everything, filing important details, and even clearing away mental clutter you don't need. When you don't get enough rest, those files get jumbled. You might notice you forget why you walked into a room or struggle to recall someone's name. It's not just aging, it's often exhaustion. But when you make space for rest, your brain starts functioning more clearly. You'll find your focus returning, your memory getting sharper, and your mood improving too. And while a good night's sleep is the cornerstone, rest during the day matters just as much. Giving your brain little breaks, moments of quiet, stillness, or reflection. Those moments are golden. You might find rest in the simple act of sitting in your garden, listening to the birds, or in sipping a warm cup of tea while watching the sun rise, or just closing your eyes for 10 minutes, letting your thoughts float by without holding on. These aren't wasted moments. They're deeply healing ones. Many people over 60 start waking up earlier, or have trouble falling back asleep. If that sounds familiar, know that you're not alone, and there are gentle ways to help your body ease into better rest. Start by keeping a relaxing evening routine. Dim the lights, avoid screens an hour before bed, and do something calming, like reading, journaling, or listening to soft music. Your brain responds to routine. The more predictable your wind down is, the easier it becomes to slip into restful sleep. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, don't panic. Instead of staring at the ceiling, try a breathing exercise or gentle meditation. Sometimes just focusing on your breath, slow, steady inhales and even slower exhales, can guide you back into a peaceful state. It may not happen instantly, but over time, your brain begins to trust that it's okay to rest. Remember, your brain isn't a machine. It's a living, breathing organ. It needs space. It needs stillness. It needs sleep. And when you give it what it needs, it rewards you with sharper thinking, steadier moods, and a stronger memory. So let's take a step back and look at the beautiful picture we've painted together. Every day, you now have 5 powerful ways to protect and boost your memory, each one gentle, natural, and designed to fit into your life in meaningful ways. You nourish your brain by feeding it foods that support it, foods rich in color, flavor, and life. You challenge your brain with gentle puzzles, conversations, and new skills, keeping it active and adaptable. You move your body in ways that bring joy and energy, fueling both physical and mental health. You connect with others, building relationships that fill your heart and stimulate your mind. And you rest, you give your brain the calm and quiet it needs to restore itself. None of these are about being perfect. They're about being present, being kind to yourself, and choosing each day to care for the amazing gift of your mind. And it's never too late. No matter what your past routines looked like, no matter how forgetful you may have felt recently, your brain has the power to change, to grow, and to heal. That's the beauty of it. Every new day is a new opportunity to do something kind for your mind. Maybe today you start by going for a short walk, or you call an old friend just to say hello, or you try a new recipe with brain-healthy ingredients. Maybe you take 10 minutes to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and just be. And if tomorrow you forget to do one of these things, that's okay. Just begin again. The journey to a healthy brain isn't about grand gestures. It's about little steps taken with care, repeated with love. Your mind has carried you through so much: memories of laughter, of struggle, of triumph, of quiet beauty. It holds stories that matter, lessons learned, dreams dreamed. All of that deserves your attention and care. So be gentle with yourself. Celebrate the days when your thoughts are clear. Be patient with the days when they aren't. Keep going. You're doing far better than you think. And if this video has reminded you of the strength and possibility that still lives within you, share it. Maybe someone you love needs to hear this today. Leave a comment below and let us know what habits you're starting or what's worked for you. We'd love to hear your story. And if you found this helpful, give it a like. It helps more people discover these gentle reminders. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a moment of encouragement, guidance, and inspiration. Because no matter your age, your life still holds so much purpose, joy, and potential. Your mind is worth protecting. Your story is worth remembering. And your future is still being written, one beautiful moment at a time. Here's to living your best, brightest life, starting right now.